Hello and welcome to Death of Raven Gaming. Today, as usual during the streams, we are playing Marvel Champions LCG by Fancy Flight Games. And as usual, we randomize everything. So let's just start by directly randomizing hero as I want to say welcome to the stream. And let's see who we're gonna play today. And we are going to play Groot. Okay. Let me just pick Groot out. That's fun. And what aspect are we gonna play with Groot? I haven't played all Groot aspects myself. All aspects with Groot. Protection is one that I have done, but protection is always fun, especially with Groot. But who is he going to face? Villains there. Who is the villain that Groot is going to face? And today we are fighting... Let's see here. Klaw! So it seems like we have... The most recent times we've randomized, it's been actually the core set villains. They're solid, so why the hell not? I'm just gonna pick this. And Klaw says one modular encounter set, and the modular encounter set for Klaw today is going to be Space Pirates. That's rough. Space Pirate. Space Pirates. That means a lot of minions that are nasty. Luckily, Groot's probably one of the best characters to deal with it. So let's just start by building our Groot deck. So Groot is, of course, in his alter ego mode, alter ego side, Groot, for recovery, and then an action, Growth Spurt. Place 2 growth counters on Groot to a maximum of 10, limit once per round. And these growth counters we can spend on our other side. So 1 thwart, 2 attack, 3 defense, a Guardian, Flora Colossus, Forced Interrupt. When Groot would take any amount of damage, remove that many growth counters from him. For each growth counters removed this way, prevent 1 of that damage. So he wants to stay a little bit longer in alter ego mode and have these growth counters. And then he has 2 zero cost events called Fruition. It's a superpower. Place 2 growth counter on Groot to a maximum of 10. Then he has 2 I Am Groot. Exactly, Herber's home. Nice to see you guys here, Evert, Aurelian, whoever it is. Nice to see you on stream today. And yes, I am Groot. But I Am Groot is a 3 cost event, superpower thwart, hero action, remove threat from a scheme equal to the number of growth counters on Groot. And then on the other side of this is, of course, I Am Groot. It's in caps that I had to do it that way, just the law. 2 cost event, attack, superpower, hero action, deal damage to an enemy equal to the number of growth counters on Groot. So he works a lot with these growth counters. Another way for him to get them is by Root Stomp. It's a 2 cost event, Root Stomp, attack, superpower, hero action, deal 5 damage to an enemy. If this attack defeats that enemy, place 1 growth counter on Groot to a maximum of 10. So it's 5 damage for 2, and then possibility to get a growth counter is just a good card, I think. Next up we have, of course, We Are Groot. A 1 cost event, a superpower, hero action, remove up to 4 growth counters from Groot. Choose that many friendly characters. Give each of those friendly characters a tough status card. So to protect your friend, you can spend some of your precious, I guess, armor or bark to help everyone else. It's really thematic. I really like it. Then we have 1 cost support called Fertile Ground. which is alter ego action, exhaust fertile ground, place 1 growth counter on Groot to a maximum of 10 and draw a card. So instead of getting 2 every turn on his alter ego, he will get 3 and then he gets an extra card. Then we have Entangling Vines, which is a 1-cost superpower upgrade. Hero interrupt. When Groot makes a basic thwart, remove 1 growth counters from him and exhaust Entangling Vines. Vite? That was because I saw the TH in thwart. But Groot gets +2 thwart for that thwart. Then a 1-cost upgrade, Lashing Vines. After Groot uses a basic power, remove 2 growth counters from him and exhaust Lashing Vines. Ready Groot. Then we have Vine Shield, 1-cost upgrade, superpower. Hero interrupt. When Groot defends against an attack, remove 1 growth counter from him and exhaust Vine Shield. Groot gets +3 defense for that attack. And then, of course, the last one is same. 1-cost upgrade, remove 1 growth counter and exhaust Vine Spikes to get +2 attack for that attack. And then his obligation, which we usually go through, is very nasty for him. You may flip to alter ego form, as usual. Choose exhaust your alter ego to remove it from the game. Or remove 3 growth counters from Groot. If no growth counters were removed this way, this card gains Surge and discard this obligation. So it's a nasty, nasty obligation. But okay. This is gonna be an interesting character to build protection. I haven't played solo protection Groot, so this is gonna be very, 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 very fascinating. Klaw doesn't have... Yeah, right. He has the armored guards and the weapon runners. Okay. Right. Actually, multiple man is not terrible for Groot, I must say. Oops, that was Moondray. Let's wait a little bit with the allies and just go into a little bit what we feel like going into. We have the new defensive training. But that all depends on how many events we have. Just give me a second. I have I'm just gonna open something on my computer. I have made a sheets for champions with like how much damage no, not how much damage, how much status effects and stuff are in every there we have it. Okay, sorry. So I don't have to just check in his deck the entire time. So Klaw actually has roughly 1 way to put a status effect, and that can be tough, or I think it's gonna be stun or something like that. So Night Nurse not really worth it. And which means we should now I'm back fully. I'm gonna probably start by right. I'm gonna probably build this deck around actually defending because he's so good with it. Which means I'm gonna put in an armored vest actually. And if it doesn't work, sometimes it doesn't work, some characters, but I think actually he is one of the few characters that it actually is going to work with. Armor vest is give us +1 defense. Dauntless is if while your hero remaining hit points are equal to or greater than your hero's starting hit points, your hero gains retaliate 1. Considering all the growth counters, there's a high chance that we're gonna have that actually affect in. And then we're actually gonna put in that one as well. After you defend against the character, deal 1 damage to attacking character, which means it would be 2 damage if I have both up. Actually, 3 hard to ignore is good. After your hero defends against an attack and takes no damage, exhaust hard to ignore, remove 1 threat from the main scheme. And on the other side of that, we're gonna put in Unflappable. After you defend against an attack, takes no damage, exhaust Unflappable, draw a card. And then we're actually gonna put in 2 Indomitable, which lets us ready our hero after it defends. Okay, so it's a lot about defending. So that puts in 2 Desperate Defense. When your hero defends against an attack, you gain +2 to defense for that attack. If you take no damage from this attack, ready your hero. I'm gonna throw in 2 Fighting Fit. Deal 2 damage to the villain, 5 damage that if your hero remaining hit points are equal to or greater than the hero's starting hit points. It's a very high chance for Groot. Let's see here. Shake it off. So here at this moment, I'm actually just going to guess how this works. I actually don't know how this works. So to shake it off is after a guardian character takes any amount of damage from an attack, give that character a tough status card. The question is, I'm guessing 0 is not an amount of damage, even though it is from an attack, so I'm not gonna let that go through. But I need a little bit harder hitting stuff, so I'm gonna actually... Hard Knocks is pretty good. Let me think. 3 for 4 is not that. Let me think a little bit. Let's start with this in our deck, which is a lot of Fighting Fit, Desperate Defense, upgrade, 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 upgrade. A lot of upgrades. Okay, talking about allies. A very good ally. I think Multiple Man would work great in Groot. But, I need something that hits semi-hard. We don't have that much hit. Ooh, actually. Of course we do have good ways to hit hard. We are a Guardian, which means we can, for example, play Rocket Raccoon, which I think we're gonna do. Which is a 2 thwart, 1 attack, 3 health. But when Rocket Raccoon attacks a minion, it gets +3 attack for the attack and gains overkill. So I definitely think that is a very good way to deal with stuff. Yeah. That's probably what we're gonna take here. Supports here. We are going to throw in a CITT. Exhaust CITT and spend 2 resources of any time. Ready a Guardian. I'm gonna throw in a Deft Focus. Max 1 player, exhaust Deft Focus. Reduce the resource cost of the next superpower card you play this turn by 1. I think I forgot to add all 3 of these, right? So I'm gonna... what was I thinking? I really wish we had, you know, a... I would like to see what we're gonna have for kind of weapon in protection. You know, we have aggression, have a lot of guns and a weapon type that works well with, for example, Rocket Raccoon. And Justice have the Confusion gun. So I wonder what protection would have. But okay, I'm just gonna double count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 31 is what we should be on. And then, of course, we're gonna add the 3 normal double here, and then the endurance. And then we're gonna add a crew cord. Nah, we're not gonna need any kind of... we shouldn't have to need too much heals, so we should be fine with this. But we throw in Rocket at least. On top of that, I am going to throw in... I don't know, would you guys like to see multiple men in a deck? I have a little bit of trouble deciding. One way I could do is taking Iron Fists and maybe Charlie 27, but that's too expensive. Probably like Iron Fist and then Klaw, Starhawk? I don't know. Martyr. Exhaust and discard Moon Dragon. Choose a minion. That minion takes another enemy of your choice. Doesn't have too many high hitting enemies. So Moon Dragon is not really worth it. I think Iron Fist is gonna go in. Klaw is going to go in. My card is revealed from the encounter deck. Let me think a little bit more. We don't have enough. Okay, yeah. Is there any else good ways to deal damage? I'm probably gonna throw into Tackle, because they're pretty good. And then like... what have I thrown in here? Okay. Preemptive strike is pretty nice though. I'm gonna take 2 counter punch. Okay, I think that's how the deck is gonna look, at least its first version of it. Oh, that's where the rest of here is. Yeah, I think so as well. So what happens basically here is counter punch is when we defend, we deal damage equal to attack, which is gonna be 2. Which is could be a lot better, but it's nice if we're gonna defend anyway. We have some tackles, which stuns and deal 3 damage. Yeah, if I don't remember which ones I read through and which I didn't, because I know there was a couple I didn't read through. So if there's any questions you guys have about any card, just ask me. If I'm going to read them again later during the game. But yeah, it should be fine. There we have that. I'm just gonna wait. I'm just checking what Klaw needs to start with. He needs to start with the Mortal Klaw and Defense Network. Okay. So I actually start with 10 health, and the villain starts with 28, because he has his Immortal Klaw, which I'm gonna show you in a minute, which gives him plus 10 hit points. Okay, so the fun part. Sleeving. I still haven't gotten my Dragon Shield sleeves. For some reason, they haven't showed up in my FLGS yet. But I'm going to get 1 pack, at least from another game store, next week. But probably during the Friday. Also, speaking about Friday next week's stream is going to be on Friday instead of the Wednesday. And that is for the simple fact that my FLGS, friendly local game store, have said that I'm gonna have in my hands by then both, or exactly that day, both War Machine and the Hood. So that day so I'm moving it Friday from Wednesday because it's supposed to arrive to me on the Friday, or come out here in Sweden on the Friday, so it will arrive to me then. So I'm moving the stream from Wednesday to Friday so we can have, as soon as possible, 1 game with War Machine as a set hero with a random aspect, and then with the Hood as a set villain with with 7 random modular encounter sets, because he uses 7 modular encounter sets. So yeah, I think the Hood, all the cards have already been revealed, but I don't know if I don't think War Machine have yet. And I mean, it's going to be revealed by next week. Otherwise, I'll just upload the pictures on the Facebook group as soon as I get them. But I'm never first to getting them, so you shouldn't worry about that. It should be announced next week. But yeah, so that's gonna be a fun stream with new hero and new villain, and I'm really hyped about the Hood, actually. So that's gonna be great. And yeah. So that's the plan, and that week I'm also gonna stream from my parents' place, because once a month I have to go home to because I am looking for a job right now, and my parents owns a bakery. So every month, I have to once go back to my parents and help them in the bakery, so I can provide for me and my partner right now. That's just sadly how it is when you can't find work somewhere and you need to afford your apartment. But yeah, so I'm gonna stream from there. So it's gonna be a little bit janky, but at least it's gonna be a new hero and new villain. So yeah, I'm gonna also see if I can get some high res pictures up on the screen. Especially, I don't know, depending on when they leak when all the cards are available to look online. If for some reason it hasn't yet, when I get it, I'll just get some good semi-good pictures of them and have it on the stream so I can show you at least. But yeah, so it's gonna be fun. Actually hyped about War Machine is something I never thought I would say in my entire life. Because I don't really care about War Machine, but he looks really cool. Actually, in this game, he looks really, really, really cool. So, yeah. So that was Klaw, who is a nasty bastard. For the people who don't know, when revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for the immortal Klaw and reveal it, which is what we have here. And then forced interrupt. When Klaw attacks, give him one additional boost card for this activation. So he just hits up to +6. Because generally the max is 3 on each card. So it can be really, really nasty. I didn't put in a preemptive strike. I should have, because that would at least block a little bit of the damage. But if there's someone who can defend Klaw attack, it's definitely Groot. So yeah. And then the underground distribution, called in Defense Network, which is down here. And it says on the text here, the attack on the shield facility has been linked to an underground weapons network. And then when revealed, discard cards from the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Put that minion into play engaged with the first player. And we start in alter ego mode. So yeah, let's start with that. Shouts to the Past is nice to get out immediately. Weapons Runner, Surge, which won't happen now, but yeah. Okay, Weapons Runner is fine. Which means it is hero setup. So let's draw up to our hand size. 6. Fruition, Root Stomp, I Am Groot, Desperate Defense, Hard to Ignore, and Klaw. Huh. Okay. I actually don't hate this, I must say. So actually what I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to use the action here to put 2 growth counters on Groot. Let's just keep them above Groot, because it's going to be easier than having them on top of him. And then he is going to flip, actually, and he's going to use Fruition to grow 2 additional growth counters. We're up to 4. And then we're going to throw away Desperate Defense and Klaw to play Root Stomp. Deal 5 damage to an enemy. If this attack defeats the enemy, place on growth counter. And I'm gonna just do that on the Weapon Runner immediately, which means we get another growth counters, which means we're up to 5. Which I consider is a solid start. Actually, now I'm gonna throw away I Am Groot, sadly, to play Hard to Ignore. And then I'm gonna tap to thwart away 1 from here, because this one has to be removed fast. Which means that was the end of our turn. So let's untap and draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we drew Counterpunch, Indomitable, Rocket Raccoon, We Are Groot, and Hard to Ignore. Okay, so villain phase. One threat on the main screen. Scheme. Main scheme. And Klaw is going to attack me. I am going to defend with Groot. Which will mean he attacks me for 1, 2, and reveal this card. So I don't take any damage. I wouldn't anyway, but I didn't lose any counters. I'm gonna tap Hard to Ignore, which will remove 1 threat from the main scheme. Actually, I can't, because this one actually says that specifically there. But I'm gonna use Counterpunch to deal 2 damage to the villain. And then apparently Sound Alarm came in, which gives all the enemies +1 in attack, which is nasty. Then I get my encounter card. Discard an upgrade of support control. Oh, well, that's hard to ignore, sadly. And that means it's our turn. I really want Rocket Raccoon in. But at the same time, not really. So actually what... but he has 2 thwart, even though that's not really... What I could do is just put in Rocket Raccoon. Or I play We Are Groot and Indomitable or Hard to Ignore. I'm just gonna bring in Rocket Raccoon. Throw away those 3 and bring in Rocket Raccoon. And then we're gonna start by taking 1 damage on Rocket Raccoon to remove 2 threat from Sound Alarms. To remove that side scheme. Sadly, not really the best play with him, but I need to go to bed now. Good luck with the games. Evert might check in later. Have fun. Bye. Bye, Elena. I hope Evert checks in later. Otherwise, good luck with good night, I guess, and sleep tight. So I'm very happy. I know you probably already exited, but I'm very happy that you joined for a little bit at least. So that's 5 cards we draw up. We drew Root Stomp, Fighting Fit, Tackle, Lashing Vines, and Deft Focus. Okay. Which means it is the villain phase. 1 threat on the main scheme. He's gonna attack me. Groot is going to have to defend. Doesn't have to defend, but it's very, very, very nice of him to defend. Yeah, he's going to defend. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then both of them says give the villain an additional boost card, which is 2 zeros, which means there's only 3, which means I don't lose any growth counters. I get an encounter card, which is the Pirate Lackey. Quick Strike. After this minion attacks and damages you, remove the top card of your deck from the game. So that one is going to attack me and remove 2 of my growth counters, but that is no damage. There's not a damage, so that effect won't activate, luckily. So it's that's why they're not that bad with against Groot, which means it is our turn here, which actually means that I am Rocket's just probably gonna thwart a lot this when he's in this time. Because what I was thinking of doing was I'm gonna play Tackle, play Deft Focus. I'm gonna tap Deft Focus and throw away Fighting Fit to use Root Stomp, deal 5 damage to an enemy. If the attack defeats that enemy, place 1 growth counter on Groot. It does kill the Pirate Lackey, which will put a growth counter on Groot, which means we're up to 4. And then I can use Rockets again to thwart 2, which will remove a defensive network. And then I have Lashing Vines for next turn. So yeah, let's untap everything. Let's drop to 5. Armored Vest, Energy, Tackle, and Fruition. Okay. Not terrible, actually. Which means it's the villain phase. 1 threat on the main scheme. Klaw is going to attack me for +2. I am actually going to tap and defend, and it is 3, 4, 5, 6, which means I will lose 3 of my growth counters, sadly. And then I draw my counter card, which is Illegal Arm Factory. Place 4 threat on it and get an additional encounter card, which is place 4 threat on each side scheme. That is actually really nasty. 4, 7, so 5, 6, 7. That's actually nasty with the Immortal Klaw, I must say. Oh, I forgot. I should have already. It should have already gone through because I forgot about that. But I'm gonna put 5 at least, and I'm gonna have to deal with it now. I totally forgot that one gave that symbol. I'm so sorry. I'm probably gonna lose this turn anyway. That's just how it usually goes because it takes 1 turn to warm up for me, usually. So what I'm going to do is I am going to play Fruition to get +2 growth counters. And then I'm going to tap Deft Focus to play Lashing Vines. I'm going to Tackle will just stun. I mean, yeah. I'm gonna throw away Armored Vest and Energy to play Tackle. Stun an enemy. If I paid for it with a physical resource, I would dealt 3 damage as well. But I'm just gonna stun Klaw. And that was... Well, actually, Rocket Raccoon is gonna have to die to remove the main scheme threat. And that was that turn, which means I'm gonna drop to 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Counterpunch, I am Groot, Vine Spikes, Genius, and Strength. Okay. Which means it's the villain phase, 2 threat on the main scheme. He tries to attack me, he is stunned, which means this is an encounter card. And this is an encounter card. The villain attacks and each minion engaged with you attacks you. Of course. So he's gonna attack me anyway for 1 plus whatever these 2 are. Yeah, he's going to defend, so that's defend for 3, so that's 1. Deals, if this activation deals damage, exhaust your hero. So 1, 2, 3 actually. So I don't take any damage. That's actually great. Yeah. That is great. And then my second encounter card here is Honor Among Thieves. Discard card from the top of the encounter until a criminal is discarded. Reveal a minion, then give the minion a tough status card and the villain 1 face down boost card. It was criminal, right? Yeah. Which means it quick strikes me for 2 damage, which means I lose that from my growth counters. And then it got a tough status card, and Klaw is a face down encounter card. Okay. That's actually very nasty. And actually, sorry, I should have used counter punch when Klaw hit me to deal him 2 damage back. And yeah. So let's see here. It's not that much I can do, really. kind of have to go to my alter ego mode. I guess I have to try, you know. So I am going to, even though he has an extra boost card this turn. But yeah, it's not even worth playing I am Groot. It's just use Deft Focus to play Vine Spikes. And then flip to alter ego mode. And then I'm gonna use the action to place 2 growth counters there. That's what I'm gonna have to do, sadly, and see how hard I lose this now. So, which means this goes through. Discard card from the counter deck until a minion is discarded. Put the minion in play engaged with you, or in the first player. Armored Guard with guard and toughness. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Yeah, if this stage completes, I lose the game, and then Klaw is going to scheme for 2, 3, 4. And then the Pirate Lackey schemes for 1 as well. And then we gain 2 encounter cards, and that one's already there. Ooh, this is terrible. This is really, really terrible. That's just life sometimes. 1 and 2, yeah. And Armored Guard, great. I should really get something with piercing, shouldn't I? Advance, the villain schemes. Oh well, that's 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a loss. So we're just gonna restart this. You still start. No, the Immortal Claw starts there. And then Defensive Networks starts in here. Can we get our hands to something with Pierce? Yes, we can, because there's a... I think the basic War Machine card has that. I'm pretty sure. I am pretty sure the basic version of War Machine has that. I'm actually going to check that real fast. Or is it ranged? Ranged. Is anyone have... No, Star-Lord also have ranged. Nope. And I'm guessing there's no allies in here either. I guess it's the Retaliates. That Reminds is the closest to come to it. Yeah, no. There isn't any. It's just what we have to live with, actually. Oh, yeah. No, I don't know what else to do about that. So let's just try again. Which means we start with doing this. Search encounter deck for defense network, and then discard card from the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. No minions. Pirate Lackey is not gonna get to attack, of course. And yeah, that means... Oh, sorry. That the wire is a little bit in the way. Sorry. Okay, that works. Okay, which means we're gonna draw our 6 cards. 3, 4, 5, 6. Klaw with Space Pirates is nasty. Okay, Fruition, Root Stomp, Death Focus, Armored Vest. It's really going to be a setup turn almost. Okay, so Groot will start by taking his 2 growth counters, play Fruition to give +2 there. Then he's going to throw away Counter Punch to play Deft Focus. He's going to use to play Vine Spikes. Yeah, so actually I'm gonna wait 1 turn, and it's probably going to advance a second, but it's gonna give me a little bit more time to set this stuff up. So yeah, let's try that one time. It doesn't hurt, so means untap that focus. I guess I could throw away Root Stomp to play Armored Vest, but the Root Stomp would be great to kill the Pirate Lackey. I must say. Yeah, and then I'm actually gonna throw away Armored Vest this time. And then I'm gonna drop to 6. Energy, Lashing Vines, Root Stomp, Tackle, Endurance, and Indomitable. Okay. So which means it's gonna be 2 threat here. Then he's gonna scheme for 3, which will bring it up to 5. And then the Pirate Lackey will scheme it through. What I expected, which means I'm gonna get another minion, which is a Pirate Commander. And then I flip into the final one here, and then I get my encounter card, which is gonna be a Pirate Lackey more. Those are starting to become a problem. Actually a problem, you know? So what I am going to do is I'm gonna tap the focus to play Lashing Vines. I'm gonna take my action to get +2 growth counters. I am going to throw away Tackle. Or actually, am I gonna throw away? Yeah, I'm gonna throw away Tackle to play Endurance to give us +3 hit points. And then we're going to flip to hero mode. Okay. We're gonna attack, spend 1. Spend 1 power, yeah. I spend 1 growth counter to get +2 attack. Sorry, place 1 attack to kill one of the Pirate Lackeys. Then we are not gonna use Lashing Vines because it's not gonna be enough anyway. So after that, we're gonna throw away energy and play Root Stomp and kill the second Pirate Lackey and get back that 1 growth counters, which means we're back to 6 again. And that's just all we're gonna have to do, which means we're gonna untap everything. We're gonna draw up to 5. Dauntless, yes. Electrostatic Armor, Entangling Vines, and Tackle. Okay. Which means it is the villain phase, and I'm gonna defend against attack. First of all, it's gonna get +2 here. And then I defend against attack, which is gonna deal 3. And put that into play engage with you. So that's 3 damage on. At least that doesn't deal any. And then the Pirate Commander attacks for 2, which means you get remove 2 tokens there. Actually, I should be no, I defended, right. Well, actually, I could have spent used Lesson Vine to go up again, but nah, it's too late now. And we get an encounter card, which is going to be Shadows. Shadows of the Past. Great. So let's start with putting in the side scheme, which is Blazing Inferno. After the villain phase begins, deal 2 indirect damage to each player. Then we put in the minion, which is Fernax, which is force response of the Fernax activates, deal 2 indirect damage to each player. And then we have... So they're very, very... I'm gonna shuffle the other stuff into here, and we'll see it in when it comes up. But it's just very bad, because they're very nasty against Groot. Especially if he has no one to help him take them out, or play aggression where he can easily take them out himself. Okay, which means it is our turn. We're in a bit of a pickle here, actually. There's no way to get 3 damage out of tackle either. Yeah, I'm gonna sadly have to do this. I'm gonna use Deft Focus to play Entangling Vines, which means we have that one. And for away Tackle to play Electrostatic Armor. Yeah. No, wait, you can't do this. Wait, yeah, no, I need that card as well, actually. Now I can tap Deft Focus to play Entangling Vines, but then I have to throw away all other 3. And I can't get the other effect, but at least I can stun. And I am going to stun Fernax, so I don't get the 4 damage from that one guaranteed. I can defend against Klaw. But yeah, that's too nasty, and I need... Okay, let's untap everything, drop to fire cards. Vine Shield, hard to ignore, Fighting Fit, I am Groot, Rocket Raccoon. Okay. 2 threat there. Also, I take 2 indirect damage because Blazing Inferno. I don't really know how I'm going to deal with this. I'm actually going to rebuild this deck quite a bit. It's sad protection. Groot is such a good protector without any protection cards. So it's sad. He's going to defend against Klaw, who's going to attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and an additional 1. 6, so that's 3 damage through, which is 1 damage actually through. Which means Pirate Commander is going to deal 2 damage. Which means you have to discard the top card, the card into so counter punch is out of the game. Then Weapon Runner is going to deal 1 damage, and then Fernax is just stunned. If we draw Gang Up now, it's an Armored Guard. It's also nasty. Nasty, 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 nasty. We haven't even been able to hit him this time. It's really, really bad, actually. So that means it's our turn. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do here. I don't think there's anything. I need to rebuild this deck. Rebuild into more aggression. With the defensive card, of course. I think the best thing I can do is throw away these 3. and play Rocket Raccoon. Tap that one to give Vine Shield. But then Rocket Raccoon is only going to be able to either remove 2 threats. Yeah, he's going to have to remove 2 threat from defensive network. Because otherwise I lose the game next turn with the scheming. Which means that was my turn, which means I'm going to untap. Drop to 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Root Stomp, CATT, Strength, I'm Groot and Fighting Fit. Which means it's Klaw's turn. This one comes off 5, that's since the last game. So I deal 2 indirect damage thanks to Back Inferior, Rocket Raccoon dies. And then Klaw is going to attack me. I have to defend that. Which means he attacks for 2 plus another boost card. Reveal this card. That's so bad. So he deals no damage to me. But then she attacks me for 3. Removes the top card from the game, which is a genius. And the Weapon Runner attacks me for 2. Armored Guard attacks me for 2. And Furnace attacks me for 4. And then 2 indirect damage. So we're out here. Okay. I'm gonna set everything back up so we can rebuild this deck. I thought I could go the actual be able to defend with him of all characters, but it's just true solo you can't really defend. Like you can defend, but you can't have defensive abilities. Sadly, it doesn't work. I've tried and tried and tried, but no. It's more, so you can't really do the whole hard to ignore Counter-Strike thing, which I was like, Groot should be the one person who's be able to do that, but no, I'm wrong. We need to be more aggressive in our decks. Sadly. Which means we're gonna just bring this up. Groot. Oh, we haven't even seen Iron Fist, which means Desperate Defense is out actually this turn. No, Desperate Defense might actually still be there, because it actually works to our advantage. Let me just... The thing is, we kind of want to defend to just keep as many growth counters as possible. But that means, I mean, Fighting Fit is still, I think, it's a good choice. Fighting Fit's a good choice, it stays in. Tackle is still a good choice if I had more physical. Armored Vest is gonna go out. Desperate Defense is the one thing here. Counter Punch is gonna go out. Electric Armor is gonna go out. And Dominable is gonna stay. Hard to Ignore are all 3 going to out. Unflappable gonna go out. Dauntless is probably gonna stay. Just because the Retaliate is gonna be super nice when we're gonna be able to hit it. Which means now we're back to having 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, which means we have 7 cards we can add. Yeah, okay. Aggressive cards in protection. I have a pretty good clear idea what aggressive cards are. And those are like not Counter Punch, obviously. It's going to be first hit to try and block those Quick Strikers. Hero action, deal 2 damage to the villain. Hero interrupt, when a minion initiates an attack, deal 2 damage to that minion. Hard Knocks is gonna have to be the way to help us with taking out minions. 3 cost event, deal 4 damage to an enemy. If the enemy is defeated by this attack, give your hero a tough status card. And then we should do 2 preemptive strikes. And then just block down the amount of damage. You just gotta put in some subdues. How many cards are this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, that's the 8 we're gonna put in. Actually, you know what? What else we're gonna put in? We're gonna put in some extra cards, actually. No, not. I literally just removed you guys. Why did I put you back? I might actually remove Dauntless for it, because Dauntless is not. Yeah, Dauntless is gonna go out. Hard to Ignore is gonna stay, which means I can defend free. Because we are actually going to do what I was thinking about doing from the first game. Throw in 3 copies of Multiple Man. So yeah. Oops, sorry for shake cow here. If you don't know what Multiple Man does, is when you play him, he lets you play another Multiple Man for free from your deck, which will then trigger the ability again. So if you have everyone in your deck or your hand, I even think, you can pay for one of them and all 3 comes out. It's just when they're in the discard pile, which is a problem. So having more than 1 in your opening hand is nasty. Or having more than 1 in your hand at all times is bad. It's a little bit riskier, but he's going to be able to be some shun blockers to not take damage. Which means hopefully we can do some good swings with some We Are Groots. Or You Are Groots. No, not You Are Groot. I Am Groot. So yeah, I'm just going to recount the cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. Yeah, so it's just Multiple Man on top of here. So yeah, let's start with doing the whole minion thing. Pirate Lackey. Okay. Which means now we can, sorry, I'm just gonna do that. Now we can pull our opening hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Genius, Fruition, Strength, Death Focus, Root Stomp, and Indomitable. Okay. I guess. Yeah. Okay, so let's do this. I'm just gonna pour a glass of Coke. Just because I'm starting to get a little bit thirsty. Coke Zero is my drink of choice. No, that was nothing. Okay. Which means we're gonna start by taking 2 growth counters there. We're then gonna play Fruition to get 2 more. We are then going to throw away Indomitable, sadly, to... Where actually are we? Actually, I'm throwing away Death Focus to play Indomitable. To be able to ready after, so I can do stuff. Then we're gonna flip to Alter Ego, play Genius to use Road Stomp to do 5 damage to the Pirate Lackey, which will also give us another growth counter. Which means I'm gonna tap to remove 1 threat from defensive network. And that was our turn. So let's do that. Drop to 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. First hit, preemptive strike. I am Groot with Rocket Raccoon. Okay, that's fair. Which means main scheme gets 2 threat. Klaw is going to attack us. We are going to defend, which means we defend with 3. So it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm actually going to throw away first hit to play preemptive strike, which when a boost card is turned face up while the villain attacks, cancel all boost icons on the card and then deal 1 damage to the villain for each boost icon. Cancel this way. So 3 damage to the villain for that. And we don't take any damage because we defended, which means we can use Indomitable to untap. And then preemptive strike goes into there, which means we get our encounter card, which is the villain schemes. Of course it is. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we already lost this. Discard card from until a minion is discarded this way. Please don't be what I think it's going to be. An armored guard. Frustrating, could be worse. And yeah, then this one goes there, which means it is our turn. And now I got only 3 cards on hand. So either play I'm Groot, but we can't attack Klaw because of the guard that just came there. So I'm gonna throw away I'm Groot and Strength to play Rocket Raccoon. I'm going to tap Groot to basic attack away the tough status card. And then I am going to tap Rocket Raccoon, who's gonna attack, which means he has +3 in attack when it takes a minion and gets overkill. So he deals 4 damage to the armor guard, which will kill the armor guard, and still deal 1 damage to the villain. And that was our entire turn, which means we're gonna untap, we're gonna draw 5 cards. 5. Preemptive Strike, I am Groot, CATT, Iron Fist, and I am Groot. The other I am Groots. Which means the villain phase, 2 threat on the main scheme. He's gonna attack for 1 plus these 2. Groot is going to defend, sadly. He attacks for 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just gonna take that last damage on my growth counters instead of playing Preemptive Strike. And then I get an encounter card, which is a Pirate Lackey. I really didn't want that to happen. I really want to have a good I am Groot turn. But that doesn't seem to happen, so I'm just gonna have to take 2 of the 2 damage on my growth counters. But it doesn't activate the ability, and then it is our turn. Which means I'm gonna start by using Rocket Raccoon, which will hit for 4 on the Pirate Lackey, which means 1 damage goes through on the villain. And then I'm going to throw away I am Groot, CATT, and Preemptive Strike to play Iron Fist to enter with 2 Mystic counters on him. And when he attacks, I can remove a Mystic counter and stun the enemy and deal 1 damage to it. So I'm actually going to do that now. I'm going to deal 2 damage plus 1 because I'm spending a Mystic counter on Klaw. So that's 3 damage on Klaw. And I stun him, which is going to be nice. And that was our turn. So let's untap everything. Let's drop 5. Klaw, Desperate Defense, Fighting Fit, Indomitable, and Fruition. That's actually quite nice. Which means it is +2 on the main scheme. He's going to not attack because he's stunned, which means this is our encounter card. Klaw attacks you. If the test attack deals damage, place one threat on the main scheme. Mother Fluffer. It's probably going... Rocket Raccoon is going to defend. Rocket Raccoon is going to defend this one. Deals damage. So it's going to deal damage on Rocket Raccoon. So I'm going to put a threat on the main scheme. But I'm not going to die. But Weapon Runners goes in. And I get another one. Okay, yeah, so Rocket Raccoon is dead. And there's one more threat on the main scheme. But I still have my 2 growth counters, which is nice. And yes, so it means it's our turn. I can actually do something myself. I'm gonna start by playing Fruition to get +2 growth counters. Which means next up I am going to throw away Klaw and Indomitable to play Fighting Fit, deal 5 damage instead. Deal 2 damage to the villain, 5 damage instead if your hero remaining hit points are equal to or greater than the hero's starting hit points, which they are. So that means I'm gonna deal 5 damage to the villain. Then Groot is going to basic thwart defensive network, sadly. Iron Fist is just going to have to... He took a damage last time as well. So you just have to do this and deal 3 damage to the villain and stun the villain. And that was my turn. So let's untap this, draw 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not terrible actually. Which means the villain phase get put 2 here. Let's just hope we don't draw scheme. He's not gonna attack, but the weapon runner is. Which means I remove 1 growth counter, and then I get my encounter card, which is Sound Manipulation. Take 2 damage, Klaw heals 2. So Klaw starts by healing 2, and then we just remove 2 growth counters, which is down to 1, sadly. But that was that. And now we have really 1 too little cards in our hand, sadly. So let's start with... I mean, I have to remove thwart somehow this turn. But I can't remove 2. Because I have defensive network in those. So I think we've lost again, sadly. Just because I don't thwart well enough in this deck. But I don't really know what to put in either. Throwing away energy in Hard Knocks to play Tackle, which will stun the villain again and deal 3 damage to him. Then Iron Fist can't thwart. He's gonna have to thwart away the defensive network. And then I have to tap to thwart away 1, but that is still 2 away from loss, and I can't do anything about it. Which means drop to 5, 3, 4, 5. And we lost again. I think it went better this turn at least. When we don't try to defend as much. Unless when we need it. I really need better thwarting in the deck. Let me just think a little bit. Which means that there. Thwarting in the deck. What allies do I have? I have multiple man. Iron Fist is just too good. Iron Fist lets us not take damage for a long time. The question is if I can afford to like add another ally. We have so many allies in this deck all of a sudden. And not all of them are Guardian, so it doesn't really matter if I add. Not Drax, not Gamora. Martin X, not really. Star-Lord, but I don't want the face-down encounter card from it. Spider-Man is a good choice. War Machine is a 2/2 as well. I mean, it's the same, it costs 2 more, but it's toughness. Wait. Is there any good defensive thwart out? Black Widow is good. Black Widow and Brotherhood, but Brotherhood takes more damage. I'm gonna throw in a Black Widow. And yeah. That's just what I'm gonna have to do. There's a lot of allies in this deck all of a sudden. Sadly, what does Nowhere do? Play only if you have Identity Guardian. Increase your ally limit by 1, and after a player with a Guardian ally, you can draw a card. We don't have that many Guardian allies, just him. So not worth putting Nowhere. Okay. Let's try this. This is I'm just gonna put the 2 here because it's gonna be my opening opening ones. I gotta put the first turn. I really want to win this, so let's start by doing the Assault's gone, Exhaustion gone, Claw's Vengeance gone. Pirate Commander is really nice to start with there. Draw 6. I am Groot, Vine Shield, Panther Strike, first hit. Tackle, Indomitable. Okay, Groot does that. It's gonna have to flip, sadly. Throw away I am Groot, play Indomitable, throw away Tackle, to play Fine Shield. And that's just what he has to do. I'm gonna throw away Preemptive Strike to use a first hit. And deal 2 damage to the villain, I guess. Oh, it has to be the villain. Never mind, I'm gonna keep those and just drop the 3, which is Strength, Multiple Man, and first hit. Sorry, of course, I'm gonna tap Groot to remove 1 threat from Defensive Network, of course, and then I do that. Which means the villain phase. We put 2 threat on the main scheme. The villain is gonna attack me for 1 plus whatever this is. Groot's gonna defend, spend a growth counter to use Vine Shield to get +3, so he has 6 in defense right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he takes no damage there, which means I can spend Indomitable to untap Groot again, which means when the Pirate Commander attacks, I can defend and not lose any cards yet. And then I get my encounter card, which is Sound Manipulation. Take 2 damage, Klaw heals 2. So I actually take 1 damage on myself and remove the last growth counters, and he can't heal 2. Which means it's our turn. Which I'm actually going to throw away first hits and strength to play Multiple Man, which means after Multiple Man enters play, search your deck in hand for a copy of Multiple Man and put it into play. Shuffle your deck into the searches way. And then that one enters play, which means you can search our deck for another copy of Multiple Man. Which means we could technically search for another copy of Multiple Man, but since you can only have 3 copies of each card in your deck. Which actually means they can kind of do stuff now. The fun thing with him is that he can actually kind of do stuff. Like, they're meant for shum blockers, but right now all of them can thwart to just thwart away a bunch of stuff. So all of them are going to thwart because they have 2 health. So they're going to thwart. And thwart away 2 of that, and then remove just 1 from that just in case. Or actually, yeah, throw away 1 there in just in case. And that was our entire turn this turn, sadly. So that means we're gonna untap all our Multiple Man and Groot. We're gonna drop to 5. I am Groot, Root Stomp, Desperate Defense, and CITT. Which means it is the villain phase, 2 threat on the main scheme. He's going to attack. I'm gonna put one of the Multiple Man in the under attack, and that attack is only 1 damage. I could have taken it in my face. God damn it. We lose a Multiple Man for only 1 damage, and Weapons Runner goes into the game. Then Pirate Commander is attacking me, and I'm gonna defend that. Which means we don't, because I don't want to remove cards yet. Nasty, 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 nasty. They can't really. So, a choice I have to make right now if I want to. I can use one of the Multiple Man to do 1 damage to Pirate Commander and then Root Stomp the Pirate Commander into hell. That's sad. But that's what I'm gonna have to do. Multiple Man is gonna kill himself, deal 1 damage to Pirate Commander, which means I can throw away CITT, and I am Groot to play Root Stomp, which means I deal 5 damage, which also gives me a growth counter. Then I have Desperate Defense and Preemptive Strike left here. So yeah. Which means you're gonna untap everything. We're gonna draw up to 5. Genius Fighting, 5th Desperate Defense, and Certain Desperate Defense. Which means that 2 threat on the main scheme. He is going to attack me, and I'm going to defend. Spend Vine Shield to get 6, and then I'm gonna throw away 2 Desperate Defense, 1 Desperate Defense to play a Desperate Defense, which gives me 8. And if I take no damage, I ready my hero. And he deals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I take no damage, which means I get to ready my hero. And then the Weapons Runner deals 1 damage to me. And we get an encounter card. Am I just stupid? When did I get 2 encounter cards there? I'm sorry, I lost track. Why are there 2 encounter cards there? Okay. The way I'm gonna just do this, and I'm gonna just restart the game, because I have no idea what they did there. It's probably... I really don't know. I am so sorry, everyone. I really am. Yeah. I'll just restart, even though I was... I don't really know how to win this. I don't know what they came from. And I think the fairest thing, even because I'm so confused over it, is just restart the thing. Yeah. Yeah, wow. That's really weird. I usually that's a big thing to forget as well. It's been laying there right in front of my face. But okay. So for people who don't know, which is all of you, except like 1 or 2 people watching, I got diagnosed with ADHD about 2 weeks ago. And it's really it's me not being focused and stuff, and I guess that's just something I forgot because I'm not focused, even though streaming is one of the few things I'm really focused at. But anyway, I'll just restart this game. We're in time anyway to do that. It's a tough game really in general. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why am I drawing 7 now? It's 6. Yes, and before that we're actually gonna see the first, it's a pirate lackey. Okay. Now we get multiple man, first hit, strength, root stomp, preemptive strike, root stomp. Okay. Interesting. So let's start with Groot. We're gonna start by using his growth spurt to get 2 growth counters. Then we're actually going to... Sorry, I haven't fixed the main schemes and stuff. Yeah, now I have. That was literally it. My problem right now is if I play multiple man, I don't have money to buy root stomp. I really want to play multiple man. Just get that out there immediately, but then I'm not gonna root stomp the pirate lackey away. On the other hand, one of the multiple men can deal with Klaw, and then Groot can, I guess, just take the pirate lackey and just remove the 2 Groot counter he has. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I am going to... Wait. It's a very... Sorry, I just need to scratch my hair. It's a very difficult situation, you know? Multiple man. I mean, I'm going to flip. Or do I have to flip? That's the question. Because right now, I guess the question is... If I pay preemptive strike, first hit, and the strength to play multiple men. That I'm gonna do, which means I get to search for 2 other multiple men. Why is fertile ground never found? Is my question. Multiple man. Multiple man, okay. The thing is, I'm considering staying in alter ego mode 1 turn. Actually. To build up some growth counters. And then my question is, because I can use all the multiple men to either kill the pirate lackey or remove the defense network. If we kill the pirate lackey, that means if there's a boost icon here, the scheme is going to go through. And I think that's going to happen anyway. If I don't kill the pirate lackey, it's going to happen. But like, I'm just going to take a lot of damage if I go into alter ego mode, and it's not going to help me. Even though I can use multiple mana, I'm going to tap myself and everything. Wait, someone has written something important to me, I'm guessing. Okay. It's my brother who was watching who just wrote that I goes to bed. Thank you so much for watching, my brother, Alexander. His name is. Why did I say my brother? That's weird. I think the best strategy is not to deal with the pirate lackey. I mean, an option is just to flip to Alter Ego mode, kill the pirate lackey, and just face that, but then the defensive network is still a problem. Yeah, no, I'm gonna flip. That I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna flippity flip to Groot. Groot is going to attack 2 damage on the pirate lackey. Then I'm gonna use 1 multiple man to deal the last damage to the pirate lackey. Then I'm gonna use the 2 other multiple men to remove 2 threats from defense network. Or actually, not 2 from Immortal Klaw, since Crisis is just for the main scheme. I think Immortal Klaw is worse right now, because that's what's been secretly screwing me over the entire game. So yeah, that was my turn. I have 2 root stomps here. I'm gonna draw 3 cards, so max I'm gonna be able to pay for one of them anyway. So I'm gonna just do one of them away like that. So let's untap everything here. Which means I get to draw up to 2, 3, 4, 5. I am Groot, Endurance, Desperate Defense, Iron Fist, and Root Stomp. Which means it's the villain phase, 2 threat on the main scheme. Klaw gets attack. I'm gonna defend with a multiple man. 0, so I could have stayed actually. But that's 4 damage. That's 1 multiple man dead. I mean, he only needs to do 1 damage anyway. And then I get my encounter card, which is gonna be Klaw's Vengeance. Klaw attack you. If this attack deals damage, place 1 threat in the main scheme. I mean, like, I'm just gonna have to defend with another multiple man, sadly. Which will mean it's 3 damage. Another multiple man is dead. That means it's gonna be a damage. It doesn't say damage to you, it's just if it deals damage, which it does, so it's gonna add 1 threat in the main scheme. Which means it's back to our turn. I am going to throw away Root Stomp, Desperate Defense, Endurance, and I am Groot to play Iron Fist, which has 2 Mystic counters on him. Which means if I want, I could sacrifice multiple man. We're gonna start by using Groot to thwart 1 away from the Mortal Klaw. Which means Klaw loses 10 health. And that also means that that's gone. Then Iron Fist is going to attack 1, which is 3 damage in total to the villain. And a stun. And yeah, so that was actually my turn. So let's do this. Let's draw 5 cards. 5. I am Groot, Lashing the Vines, CITT, Root Stomp, and Preemptive Strike. Okay, which will mean we go back here, 2 threat in the main scheme. No, actually 1 threat in the main scheme. I just removed that 1. And then he tries to attack. He is stunned. I get an encounter card, which is Honor Among Thieves. Discard cards from the top on the encounter deck until a criminal minion is discarded. Reveal that minion. Then give the minion a tough status card. And give Klaw... Okay, so it's already oh, it's criminal. Sorry. Has to be a criminal. Mercenary. Criminal. Gets tough status card. It's going to try and quick strike me. And I'll just... What do I want to do? I'll just tap and defend it. I want some growth counters on me. Or actually, no, I'm not gonna tap and defend. I'm just gonna remove my 2 growth counters. And then give him a boost icon. Boost card. Right. Which means it is our turn. Which I'm going to start by tapping Groot to remove the tough status card there. Then I'm going to throw away CATT and I am Groot. No. I think I am Groot and Preemptive Strike. To play Root Stomp, deal 5 damage to an enemy. If it kills it, you get a growth counter, which means I have growth counter again. It's not a lot, but it's something. I guess I'm gonna throw away CITT to play Flashing Vines. Iron Fist is going to hit for 3. He has taken 2 damage total. 3 and a stun. 15. No, that was 4. Sorry. And a stun. And Multiple Man is actually going to sacrifice himself to start removing threat from defensive network, because that's going to have to happen. And yeah, it is the end of our turn. Let's untap that with a growth counter on him. Draw a hand size of 5, 3, 4, 5. Anything fun in here? Fighting Fit. Fighting Fit. Entangling Vines is fun. Klaw and First Hit. Which means it is villain phase, 1 threat on the main scheme. He tries to attack, he is stunned. I get an encounter card, which is Klaw attacks you. If this attack deals damage, place 1 threat on the main scheme. Mother Fluffer. Mother Fluffer. The chances with 3 encounter cards that I'm not gonna take in the damage is too low, because if I defend, it's going to be 4 damage through. So I'm just, Iron Fist is just going to have to take it for me, so I don't take damage. But the main scheme is going to actually go through. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So Iron Fist is going to tap, which will put 1 threat there, but we're going to see how much damage it is first. 4, 5, yeah, it would have been enough. And they put a weapon around and engage with me. Which means this one goes through, which is discard card from the counter deck until a minion is discarded. That minion is going to be Pirate Commander. Which means it's gonna quick strike me, which means I'm gonna have to defend now to not lose a card. Which is nasty. It's actually really, really nasty. I don't really know what to do in this game. I think defensive protection Groot cannot do. It must thwart or attack damage as you would want him to do. I just don't know what to do. I can't flip back, because that's 2, 3, 4, 5 plus whatever the next one is. No, 6 plus whatever the next one is. I guess it is if I can get a low roll. Or get a low amount of boost icons, but the chance is pretty low. Can't really use Fighting Fit because dealing damage to him is not going to do anything good. I think I don't have any option except perhaps for a way to Fighting Fit to play Klaw. For a way of first hit to play Untangling Vines, tap Klaw to remove a threat there, and just gamble while flipping back to my Alter Ego mode, starting by taking 2 growth counters. Yeah, that's what I have to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Focus, Fine Shield, Fruition, We Are Groot, I Am Groot, and Hard Knocks. That's not terrible. Klaw should take on damage, by the way, for that. That's actually not terrible for once. But that means 1 threat here. Then he's gonna... So this is gonna be 2, 3, 4, 5. Which means this has to be less than 2. That is enough to make us lose. Yeah, I don't think I have any other choice to do about that. But let's just try one last game, I think. We're gonna... If you haven't watched any videos here before, we usually play until it is... we can start a new game until it's 9:30 CEST or CES time. I think it's Central Eastern Standard Time? I don't know, but it's my time zone anyway. So we have about 20 minutes until the final clock of restarting a game is. That's just usually something we do here, so we don't sit all night playing until we win. Because I don't have time to do that. And probably you won't either, so we go back to 28. So yeah, no, it's Klaw is nasty. Groot protection is so strong in multiplayer. I have played solo both leadership and aggression in Groot and really like it. But I think you don't thwart well enough by yourself without having any specific upgrades that you need to pull. And since you're playing solo, you can't really stay an extra turn in Alter Ego mode, sadly. Which you kind of want to do with Groot. So I think he's not that good in true solo, unless you have Justice deck maybe. But otherwise, it's better in multiplayer, definitely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna watch them after we have discarded a Pirate Lackey, of course it is. Okay, let me just pour some drinks to myself. And yeah. Okay. So start, we have Energy, Endurance, CATT, Preemptive Strike, Fighting Fit, and I Am Groot. Huh. I can actually imagining CITT being really strong in Groot. So let's start by just... No, that was the wrong one. Start with putting 2 growth counters. Let's just start by flipping immediately. Spending an energy to play CITT. Which is exhaust it and spend 2 resources of any type to ready a Guardian character. And then we are going to wait with Endurance and throw away I Am Groot and Preemptive Strike to play Fighting Fit, which will start by dealing 5 damage to the villain, because we're at our starting health. And then we're gonna tap Groot to deal 2 damage to the Pirate... No, actually not 2 damage to the Pirate Lackey. We're gonna start by just removing 1 threat from the Immortal Klaw, because that's a nasty one. And yeah, we're gonna untap, we're gonna drop to 5, tackle, Root Stomp, first hit, And Desperate Defense. Okay. Which will mean it's the villain phase, 2 threat on the main scheme. Klaw is going to attack me. I am going to defend that, which is 3. Attack for 1, 2, 3. And if I exhaust my hero, if I do damage, but it doesn't, because I defend all that. And the Pirate Lackey is gonna deal 2 damage to me. That I am sadly going to take on my face. Yes, I am going to take that, but that's going to be removed 2 growth counters. We have 0 growth counters left. And then we get an encounter card, which is going to be Illegal Arms Factor, of course. So it's going to be 4 threat there. And then we go on get another one, which is going to be Solid Sound Body. He gains Retaliate 1. And then we have to spend 1 of everything to discard the card. That's nasty. But as Groot, we are going to start by throwing away First Hit and Desperate Defense. Play Root Stomp to do 5 damage to an enemy, which is going to be the Pirate Lackey. If we kill it, we get our growth counter. So we're back to 1 growth counter here, or at least have 1 now. Gonna throw away Tackle to play Endurance to get +3 health. And that's going to be our turn, sadly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Indomitable, I am Groot. Fertile Ground, finally. It's a little bit late, I think. It is the villain phase. 2 threats on the main scheme. He's going to attack me. I think I'm just gonna take it this time, actually. Yeah, I'm just gonna take it. Which means it's going to be 3 damage on me. So 1 growth counter, then 2 damage through. Then we get our encounter card, which is going to be Wilt. I'm actually going to go to Alter Ego mode and exhaust to remove Wilt from the game. It's a surge, I know, but this is a nice way for me to actually go into Alter Ego mode, and I'm going to be able to flip back to hero mode and just have more growth counters. It's the only way I can do that. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Which means it is my turn. We're gonna start by taking our action to place 2 growth counters on Groot. We are going to throw away I am Groot to play Fertile Ground and tap that to give us an additional growth counter. Then we are going to throw away an Indomitable to play an Indomitable. We're gonna flip. We're gonna use CITT and exhaust 2 resources to unexhaust. Where I'm just going to remove 1 threat on the Immortal Klaw. And that was that. So let's untap everything. Let's drop to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Iron Fist, Desperate Defense, Entangling Vines, and Deft Focus on Multiple Man. Which means it is the villain phase. +2 threat is sadly going to reveal this, which means we're gonna have to find a minion, which is the Pirate Commander, who is gonna immediately quick strike us. I am actually going to... Do I need them for anything? No, not really. I mean, +1 thwart is actually good. No, but I have to be excellent. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, so I'm actually going to just take that and remove 2 growth counters. Into that. We are going to then be attacked by Klaw, who's going to attack me for 1 plus whatever this is. I'm going to defend with Groot, so this is 4 in total, which means my 3 defense is gone, and my 1 growth counter, but I can spend Indomitable to untap myself, or unexhaust myself, or red myself, as it is in this game, I think. And then the Pirate Commander is going to attack me. I'm going to defend against with Groot, and then I'm going to get an encounter card, which is the villain attacks me. I have nothing left to do here, which means it will be 1 damage, 4 damage, 7 damage. That's what you get, I guess, sometimes. That means we deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we don't really have anything to stand on when it comes to this, actually. And that was only our first encounter card. We have 2 thanks to the Arm Factory. Take 2 damage. He heals 2. Of course. I mean, we're going to have to flip. I don't think we really can afford it. But what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to spend all my power, which is all of these. 2, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to play multiple man. So I'm gonna look for the other 2 multiple mans, which is a multiple man there. It is a multiple man there. Let's shuffle. Let's let's tap these multiple men and remove, we can start by thwarting away 1 there, and then the last one thwart away 2 from there. There's 1 left, which means Klaw actually loses 10 health, so he goes down to 15. And then secondly, we're gonna have to flip back with Groot, which means we can take Fertile Ground and our regular action here to put 3 growth counters on Groot, which means we can untap everything and we just pray on a low roll for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 actually. Fruition, Lashing Vines, we are Groot, Hard Knocks, Fighting Fits. Okay. Sorry, I thought you were in the others. Fruition, Lashing Vines, Vine Shield. We are Groot, Hard Knocks, and Fighting Fit. Which means it's the villain phase. 1 threat in the main scheme. He's going to scheme for 2, 3 only, so that's 4. And then she schemes for +2, so that's up to 6. And then we get another 2 encounter cards and praise nothing that adds threat. Discard, upgrade, or support you control. I'm gonna sadly discard CITT. And then the other one here is the 1 card. Mother fluffer. Anyway, so he's gonna scheme for 2, which is enough to. So it's exactly. That is so frustrating. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's before 9:30 because for people who are not in the Sweden or the CEST, it's 9:24 now, so we have time to start the last one, but that's going to be the absolute last one. I'm just going to try and find the Immortal Klaw there. I don't really know I'm not gonna touch the deck anymore. I just don't know what I'm gonna do with it, you know? I think it's a combination of Bad Pulse and Klaw. I think, wasn't there a podcast, something that made a... Didn't I save that on my phone? That made a like challenge when it was gonna face Klaw with Space Pirate because it's such a difficult combination of cards. I think that was something like that was it. And then it was like, beat it with the hero or the the aspect you choose. But here is random, and it's an aspect that does not lean into it at all. If we had aggression, I think we could have done more. Or even justice. Or we could actually confuse a little bit to try and go back to alter ego a little bit so we can just get those... get those growth counters more easily, you know? Now it's like a gamble every time. Okay, let's just pull up these 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's discard card from the top of the encounter deck until we've discarded a minion, and we put that minion into play with us thanks to the underground distribution. And that is going to be Armored Guard, who has tough status card. Which means we have Genius, First Hit, Lashing Vine, I Am Groot, Tackle, and Fruition. How much health does Armored 3? That is so annoying. If it was 2, I couldn't do anything about either. But he gets 0 skill. Wait, 2, 4. I mean, we have a chance of not being able to have to go there at all this turn, which would be nice. So I'm just gonna do play 2 growth counters. I'm gonna play Fruition, of course, to get 2 more. Then I'm gonna throw away First Hits to play Lashing Vines. They can't use Tackle on Klaw because the guard. But what I could do is I can flip to hero mode. I can play Genie. I can basic attack for 2, which will remove the tough status card. And then I can throw away the Genius to play the I Am Groot, deal 4 damage to the Armored Guard. That's what I can do. Which means I have Tackle left. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. So let's stay there, and it's gonna be fun to see if we would have survived. 2, 3, 4, 5. I am Groot, I am Groot. They're very expensive, but they're very, very good. Okay. Villain phase, 2 threat on the main scheme. He's going to attack. Let's just see. 3. I would have survived staying in Alter Ego mode 1 turn. So that's 2 damage. 4 damage. Sorry, I was obviously going to defend. Sorry. 1. I was going to use my I Am Groot, so of course I was going to defend. I am so sorry. And then I get an encounter card, which is going to be Honor Among Thieves. Of course it is. Pirate Lackey, who gets a tough status card. Which means I take 2 damage, which means I have 1 growth counter left. So yeah, that didn't really work out, did it? No, it did not. Rocket Raccoon, Tiny Vines, I Am Groot. Tackle. Sorry, he's supposed to have 28 health left. And I'm supposed to have 10 health again. I'm gonna set it for away Rocket Raccoon and Tangled Vites and 1 of I Am Groot to play Tackle on Klaw, which will deal 3 damage to Klaw and stun him. And that's all I'm gonna be able to do. Yep. 2, 3, 4, 5. Fruition, Root Stomp, Fighting Faith, and Prepare to Strike. It's a good combo of cards. It really, really is. Villain phase, 2 threats in the main scheme. I was just so happy that I could have. Yeah, no, I should be happy in this game. No, I'm obviously happy. I love playing this game. But yeah, no. I was so happy to have that card, but nope. But remove the stunned condition. Pirate Lackey is going to attack me. I am going to. I'm gonna take that damage, which means I have to discard the top card of the deck, which is a Root Stomp. Whew. That is nasty. And then we get an encounter card, which is Klaw attacks you. If this attack deals damage, place one threat on the main scheme. Mother Fluffer. I mean, I can't really take that, can I? 7. That means I'm gonna be 2 at the max. It's gonna deal damage, so it's gonna add 1 threat there, but that's all the better. I guess I would have to. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. You know what? I am gonna take this. 1, 4, 5. Okay, let me think. I need 2 cards to do it. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna take the 5 damage. And then it is our turn, where I'm gonna play Fruition to get 2 growth counters. I'm gonna basic attack to remove the tough status card from the Pirate Lackey. I am going to throw away Preemptive Strike and Fighting Fit to use a Root Stomp and kill the Pirate Lackey and give me a growth counter. And then I am going to what is it called? It is called, I'm going to go to Alter Ego and gain 2 more. That's kind of what I have to do. Actually, I could have spent 2 to ready myself and then have a heal. But no, I'm just gonna take the 2 growth counters. That's just what I have to do and just. Yeah, drop to 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 multiple mans is not that great. Sadly. Civilian Face. This one goes through, which means we're gonna get a minion, a Pirate Lackey, which is not going to get to attack me immediately. Then Klaw is gonna scheme for 2 threat, and the Pirate Lackey the schemes for 1, so it's gonna be 3 threat to start with. Then I get my encounter card, which is of course gonna be an armored guard. And that was our turn. It means we're gonna go back to our turn and I'm gonna start by doing this, which means we're up to 8. Kinda want to recover, don't I? So actually what I'm gonna do is I'm going to recover 4. Yes. Then I'm gonna throw away Fertile Ground, Klaw, Black Widow, and I Am Groot to play Multiple Man, which would let me pull out Multiple Man, and let's me search for the last Multiple Man in the deck. Multiple Man. Whoop whoop. Which means I am going to use these 3 multiple men in the way that I'm gonna flip to hero mode first. Then I'm gonna use all of them to thwart. Which means that I remove 3 threat from the Immortal Klaw, which means he loses 10 health. And that was my turn. So let's untap everything. I have 8 lovely growth counters this time. Let's drop to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Root Stomp, Tackle, Strength, Hard Knocks, and Deft Focus. That's not bad. Which means it is the villain phase. 1 threat on the main scheme. Klaw is going to attack. One of the multiple men is going to take it, and he attacks for 1, 2. Put Weapon Runner into play against you, which means multiple men is down. And then I'm going to lose 3 for those, because he has not... Yeah. I think that's it. He doesn't get to attack this turn, I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, please comment down the video, and I will learn for next time. As usually how it goes, I make mistake, you tell me, and I learn. So thank you. I'm going to get my counter card, which is... Shadows of the Past. Every time it starts to look great, it just pounds you back in, doesn't him? It doesn't this. Specifically, why is Klaw with Space Pirates so bad? I have to play so much around the bloody Space Pirates. Okay, well, that's nasty. But that means it is our turn. I'm thinking that's a possibility. I really wish I had 1 card more. Yeah, I do, don't I? 4 damage. I have to take out Furnax to mean I have to Root Stomp him. But that means I can only play a Deft Focus, which is not a bad thing. I guess I can play a Deft Focus first, but it's still gonna overpay in that case, so yeah, no. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna to sacrifice a multiple man, who's gonna deal 1 damage to Furnax. And there, and then I'm going to play for away Strength to play Root Stomp, deal 5 damage to an enemy, and if it kills it, I get an additional growth counter, which means we're up to 6 growth counters here. Then we're going to throw away Hard Knocks to play Deft Focus for the future. We are going to tap Groot to deal 2 damage to the Weapons Runner. And that's just what we have to do. Which means we're going to untap, draw up to 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, which means the villain phase puts 1 threat on the main scheme, which means 5, and then we take 2 indirect damage, which is going to remove 2 of our growth counters. Then we are going to... Klaw is going to attack us, so we're going to use a multiple man to take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Multiple man is dead. And sadly Sound Alarms is on, which is super nasty. and which means Pirate Lackey is gonna hit for 3, and Armor Guard is gonna hit for 2. That means Armor Guard is going to deal damage unless I subdue the Pirate Lackey. Which I'm going to... Or I can Desperate Defense. It doesn't really do any difference, does it? I mean, the difference is that I can... No. Okay, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw away an Indomitable, play Subdue, so the Pirate Lackey does no damage, and then Armor Guard deals 2, which means I have a little bit left at least. I mean, I can't really do that much, but I'm going to use Deft Focus to use Vine Spikes. Also, I forgot to give me my Encounter card, which is either spend 1 of each resource, which I don't have. I don't have one. So I mean I have to exhaust each character I control. Well, this was fun so long as it lasted. I was going to try and punch some stuff down to try and survive more. But I guess I'm still going to use Deft Focus to play that. And that's just, I guess, all I have to do this turn. Untap, dropped 5, Hard Knocks, Energy, and Indomitable. Villain turn, take 2 indirect damage, which means I have 0 growth counters, which would mean Klaw is going to attack me. I am going to defend that, and I'm going to throw away a tackle to play a Desperate Defense. No, an Indomitable to play a Desperate Defense, which means I have 5 in defense, and if I succeed, no damage. I'm gonna ready. That's 3, 4. I'm fine, so I go into ready for that, which means it's the Pirate Lackey's turn to attack with his 3. Actually, yeah, I've actually failed that because Klaw actually has +1 attack because of Sound Alarm, so I'm gonna take a damage there, which means I'm not gonna untap, which means the Pirate Lackey is gonna deal for 3 damage and remove this card from the game, first hit from the game. And then Armored Guard is going to deal 2 damage, and then it is our Encounter card, which is a... Remove 3 Groot cards from me. I can't, so... It's a Surge. Fan of Flames, take 2 indirect damage. If Blazing Inferno is in play, take 1 additional indirect damage. If Furnace is in play, take... So we lost there. Okay. Sad. That was a tough game. Groot is so fun to play sometimes, but not in protection solo against Klaw with Space Pirates. Really, really nasty combo Space Pirate and Klaw with the guaranteed minions spawning stuff. That's actually really, really, really nasty. But yeah, I'm just gonna pull them out while I'm talking to you. Yeah, it was a fun game still. I still had a good time. It was just the game always seemed to have, as usual, 1 step ahead of me, which is very fascinating that it can be, because it feels like it counters everything I do, considering it's technically a randomization. But from the game side at least. But I love this game so much because this can happen. I'm the kind of player who prefer to, be on the edge if you're gonna win or lose. But yeah, it was a great stream. Thank you all for joining, and thank you all for who watched this afterwards. I really appreciate each and one of you. I got a very lovely comment from a viewer last week by the name of Gherkin Salad. And Gherkin Salad, if you're watching this one, thank you so much for a super kind comment. And I can't wait to hear more from you. And yeah, thank you so much for that wonderful comment. And also, for everyone who's watching, next week, which will be... we're going to stream on Friday, so that's going to be Friday the 15th of October. And the reason why we're moving to Friday, if you missed this in the beginning, is the fact that my FLGS have told me that I'm gonna most likely, unless something wild happens last minute, I'm gonna be able to have both War Machine and the Hood in hand. So we are gonna do a live stream where we have War Machine as a set hero, we're gonna randomize the aspect, and then we're gonna have the Hood as a set villain, and randomize the 7 modular encounter that he needs. And of course we're gonna use the new modular encounters in the randomization, but we're still gonna be able to get some of the old ones. I think that's a fun way to do it, since a lot of people, or a couple of people who make videos have already done Hood videos thanks to Gen Con Online. So you know what they do. You've seen there are videos of that, so I think it's more fun to start randomizing in old stuff as well. But yeah, so that's gonna happen next week on Friday the 15th of October. And I want to thank you all so much again for watching this, both during the live stream and everyone who watches this after. And thank you all so much, and have a great week. And I'll see you next Friday with War Machine versus the Hood. Bye!